Welcome back to AB in Focus. I'm Tala Michel, Issa, Chief Reporter at Arabian Business. We're here at GITEX again, the world's largest technology conference. And here with me today is Waseem Hashem, who's the go-to market lead for the UAE at Microsoft. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with GITEX. We're obviously here year after year. The event is getting bigger and bigger, and Microsoft is announcing bigger things every year. So tell us about your presence here and what message Microsoft is trying to send to the world about where the UAE stands in the global AI race.
Absolutely. And as usual, we're very excited to be in GITEX. This is the flagship event, as you know. I'll start with a very exciting news that we announced today, which is Microsoft bringing the processing of M365 Copilot, that's our generative AI solution, into country, so that the processing and data now can remain within country as sovereignty solution for highly regulated customers, such as in the public sector and the government sector. That basically shows our commitment into sovereignty and data sovereignty in country. Beside it, boost up and accelerate the speed of how Copilot can process in country.
So talk to me about AI sovereignty. We've been hearing this a lot in the last few months. And for some of our maybe viewers who are not really familiar with the concept, what is it exactly in layman terms so we can understand?
Sovereignty comes in two folds. Think of it, some of the highly regulated industries, they need to have full control of their data and where it's being processed and where it's being stored. And as Microsoft, for years, we have been committed to the public sector and enterprise in the UAE. We have delivered on 2 data centers in Dubai and Abu Dhabi for over 6 years now, so that customers' data remain within the country. Moreover, some of the highly regulated customers require even processing of their workloads to happen within the country. And that's where we brought even M365 Copilot, which was a big challenge given the world, the global shortage in GPUs and processing. And that's dedicated here for the highly regulated customers. So every customer can be at rest that their data is processed and stored within the boundaries of the UAE data centers.
Interesting. We're definitely seeing a data center boom as well. That's what a lot of people are calling it here in the region and in the UAE. So the UAE itself is being built as one of the world's most proactive countries for AI adoption. We've seen the world's first chief AI minister appointed, chief AI officers in government, and then a massive blueprint sort of plan for the next, 5-10 years. From where you sit, what are you seeing that truly differentiates the UAE's approach from, other markets across the region?
You said it right. UAE is a leader in the AI industry, and the ambition, as you've seen, not only the appointment of leadership, but also the blueprint is for the UAE to become a builder and exporter of AI technology and not only a consumer. And that's what positions UAE uniquely is multiple factors that the minister himself spoke about it in an interview. First of all, the infrastructure. The UAE, you have an infrastructure, whether networking or data center or other facilities, including telecommunication, that are unmatched globally. It's AI ready, it's very powerful, and it's basically one of the best worldwide. Beside the infrastructure, obviously, comes next the leadership, and we see that in the appointments of the minister and chief of AI everywhere. So there's a focus from the leadership to accelerate and push toward the blueprint or the Vision 2031. Add to that the skilling. So the UAE is one of the countries per capita, it's one of the top countries in the attraction and retention of skilling. Add to it the efforts that are put in country to upskill public sector and private sector. This is one of the things, for example, Microsoft is showing partnership with the country. Microsoft have committed to upskill 100,000 government employees in AI and 1 million residents so that we can help with the acceleration of upskilling of AI in the country. On the infrastructure side, Microsoft have delivered 2 data centers and continue to deliver workloads into these data centers. And finally, last year, we announced expansion of our engineering and development centers around the world to have one in Abu Dhabi, focusing on AI and AI applications.
Definitely. What's enabling this level of adoption? Is it investment into infrastructure? Is it, policies, or is it just an overall mindset that people have in this country?
I think it starts with the recognition of the leadership that AI is the next economical advantage that can take the country. What brought us here is not going to take us there, and they realize that AI is the next enabler for that economically and socially and so on. That recognition at the leadership level is what drove everything behind it, including the changes that we see in the policymakers and the regulators. They are eager to change their policies and update them to foster innovation and not become a blocker for organizations. We see that also in public sector going at the pace, sometimes faster even than private sector, to adopt AI and become AI native. A lot of these organizations started rewriting their job descriptions, rewriting the design of these roles to become an AI native and toward the 2031 vision.
Mm-hmm. Many companies, especially in the private sector, are saying that they're AI ready or they're adopting AI, and clearly a lot of them are not. What are the biggest gaps, would you say, when it comes to the private sector, when it comes to, I guess, real world AI applications?
I wouldn't say misleading as much as it's a good problem to have, that companies want to adopt AI and become an AI native. The misconception that we see sometimes is that it's a technology solution or technology change, which is not. It's a fundamental change of how companies operate, which means it needs to be across the board, from HR to leadership to users to user mindset to upskilling. And this is where Microsoft play a role here with organizations and helping them accelerate that transformation, and working also in partnership with the country to accelerate programs like that, whether it's public sector, private sector, or even startups.
And you also lead the modern workplace business. So how is AI actually changing productivity in organizations beyond just like AI agents automating emails or maybe meeting notes being generated automatically?
So Microsoft, obviously being one of the leaders in AI in the industry, recognized that it needs to restructure itself and reorganize itself so that it becomes an AI native and AI enabler of an organization. And part of that is not looking into modern workplace or productivity suite as one suite of products and AI is an add-on. But AI now is integrated within our productivity suite. And that's why we call that ABS, AI business solutions. Whether it's for the individuals, workforce that work, or business solutions, AI is built within that. And you can see that evidently in the solutions that we have. So AI is built in and baked in every productivity suite. It's part of your Outlook and Office and Teams and all the apps that people use and love every day. It's part of the business solutions like CRM built in it. And obviously that has advantage also when it comes to the security aspect. Security is not an add-on, but something baked and built within the solutions. So we envision the change in the habits of how people work and what we call or what we announced as the frontier organization. This is basically when the organization becomes a leader in their industry with the power of AI. And that usually happens in three folds, not necessarily in sequential. First, where we see AI is being an assistant or personal assistant for the employees. The second phase is where we see AI as an agent, or AI agent is a digital employee or digital member of the organization, helping with the tasks and automating some of these tasks. And finally, AI agents become an autonomous agent that work in partnership with humans and under the management and guidance of humans, where it can do full processes and work with other AI agents in the organization. We're seeing some evidence of that in the UAE as well.
Definitely. All right, I think we discussed everything I wanted to talk to you about today, but one last question. If we were to be having this conversation at GITEX next year, what would you hope to say that the UAE has achieved by then in terms of its AI, its plan for the use of AI and adoption?
Well, to be honest, it's very hard to predict. We've seen the shift of AI, or the platform as AI, has been tremendous in the past couple of years. We went from educating people what is AI into today we have a huge base of customers that have AI, deployed AI, and using it. And we're talking more about how to take it to the next level, how to start achieving more business goals and optimization using AI agents. So I would love to see next year customers talking about how to optimize their frontier organization that is AI ready. How to I would love to see that we've solved the problem of upskilling and the change management, and we're moving toward the higher economical achievements of AI.
Well, let's see, hopefully. And I hope we'll be talking about 6G.
I look forward to it.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Waseem.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.